Now that you've finished translations, reflections, and rotations, let's take a look at glide reflections and compositions. Glide reflection is a transformation that combines a translation and a reflection. As long as the line of reflection is parallel to the direction of the translation, it does not matter whether you glide first and then reflect, or reflect first and then glide. Sketch the image of triangle ABC after a glide reflection. First we're going to translate it, and then we're going to reflect it across the y-axis. Translate triangle A by moving it 8 units up to produce triangle A prime, B prime, C prime, and the new vertices would be 2, 6, 7, 6, and 7, 2. So if you look at point A, coordinates are 2, -2, and then -2 plus 8, so we're going to move it up 8, so they gave us 2, 6. So the x coordinate will stay the same, and we are adding 8 to the y coordinates. Now, second move is a reflection, and we're going to reflect it across the y-axis, and that's going to produce triangle A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. So by looking at the markings, that lets me know this is the second image. Checkpoint. Write the coordinates of the image of point P for -2 after the given glide reflections. This will be a good point to hit pause on recording and try this for yourself. Okay, here's the first glide reflection on the checkpoint. We're going to take point P, the original point, for -2, and we are going to move it 4 in the x direction, and the y is 0, so we don't move it anywhere in the y direction. And then we're going to reflect it over the x-axis, and so when we reflect it, that's going to give us prime P double prime 8, 2. The second glide reflection from the checkpoint, start out with P for -2, and here's the translation. Move it 6 in the y direction. -6 means down, and then we're going to reflect it across the y-axis, and so P double prime will be -4, -8. Composition. 2 or more transformations are combined to produce a single transformation. Find the image of a composition. So here's a line MN after a given rotation and a reflection. So we're going to rotate it, and then we're going to reflect it. So we're going to rotate it 90 degrees clockwise about the origin. So we're going to rotate it 90 degrees this way. And this is going to give us M prime and N prime. The coordinates will be 2, 4, and 5, 2. This is a rotation of 90 degrees. And then we're going to reflect it over the x-axis. And when we do that, a new coordinate will be 2, -4, and 5, -2. So rotate it and then reflect. Does the order in which the transformations are completed affect the final image? Let's check. We're going to reflection on the x-axis. Here's the black triangles of the original. Let's go ahead and reflect it over the x-axis. Gives us A prime, B prime, C prime, and rotate it about point P. Here's point P, and gives us the final image, which would be A double prime. If we do it in a different order, if we rotate it 90 degrees first about point P, it's going to give us this triangle here, and then once we reflect it, puts us down here. So the order in which you do composition, it does matter. Describe the composition of transformation in this diagram. So here it looks like somebody has already did a composition, and we'll just got to figure out what happened first. So as I look at this, this is the original P, Q, and R, and then here's P prime. So this is the first move, and so this would be a rotation of 180 degrees about the origin to produce P prime, Q prime, and R prime. And then it got translated, and it looks like we went over and up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 1. So x plus 6, y plus 1 to produce P double prime, Q double prime, R double prime. So we got 180 degree rotation and then a translation. Describe the compositions of transformations. This is the original, translated to the right 7, and then we have a rotation 180 degrees clockwise about the origin. Here's the original triangle ABC. We reflected it across the x-axis, and then it kind of looks like it could be translated, but if you look at C, C's here. If it's translated, C would be here. So it looks like we've reflected it across, and so we reflected across this vertical line, which would be x equals 6. Good luck with compositions and glide reflections. Should be ready for the practice.